in the way I want, okay? Suck a giant.
Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick. There needs to be more Street Shark references. I say who? That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underqualified and Overcompensated podcast. I am your host with the least most roads. Hey, whiskey's good for like a long time, right?
Was it open?
Yeah.
I mean, was the cap off?
No, the cap's been on.
Oh, then it's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. Mountain Dew and whiskey.
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
I'm making some redneck cocktails. That's an actual thing. You guys have never actually done that before?
I hope you get fucking monkeypox from that.
I just took a class. That's actually exactly how you get monkeypox. Yeah.
That's how monkeypox started.
Just some redneck in the Appalachians.
Jim Beam and fucking
just some asshole just being like, "Hey man, what were you drinking last night?" He's like, what I did was I took some Jim Beam and I threw it in with some Mountain Dew and I shook that shit up and I now I feel like this. Now, tell me, Doc, what happened? You have monkeypox. I don't know how that happened. I thought only gay men could get that.
Yeah, by fucking monkeys.
There's too many options for me to. You know what? Fuck it. We'll start the show early. And we're back.
If you're new to the show, that was done because what I said was racist in too many ways.
Why is it racist?
Couldn't decide.
Explain how it's racist without making it sound racist.
Nope. Oh, no. You think this is my first rodeo? I'm not going to explain why I think something's wrong.
Fired.
Hey, switch this up real quick.
All right.
You know what? Fuck yourself. Nope.
Welcome, everybody.
I can't be fired. It's fine. I am Rhodes. Yeah. Oh, look. Someone else has power. Fuck you. I'm taking the show back.
Oh, God. The white man has power? What a surprise.
Says the other white guy.
Yeah. I'm supporting you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stir this with a screwdriver. As I said, I am Rhodes, your host with the least fucking most. I have whiskey, Mountain Dew. To my left, your right is the always fucking beautiful with the people's eyebrow all of a sudden. And there it is. I love it. I like it. I want some more of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the statement said by any person who's ever been around him, inside him, or inside each other, Rico.
Hey, I'm Rico. That's my no spot. And now, don't do that. Don't put it in me.
Below us,
we're back.
Is Tyler Firth.
Hey, that's me. That's me. Hey. I'm happy to be belowing you guys.
Yes, he's fantastic at it, ladies and gentlemen. He holds us up when times are tough and or hard, like really hard, And
turgid is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. I haven't read enough.
Turgid is actually a really good word. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read enough erotica lately.
If I was reading a fucking spank book, a spank novel, and as he grasped her cupcakes, he became amazingly turgid, I would close that book and go get something else.
See, that's why men look at porn, and that market is tailored towards women because it's like the illusion and the fantasy, and it's all mental, and they build this world in their head, right? Dudes don't want to go through that much fucking effort. Like, as we're trying to get horny and or masturbate, the last thing we want is to go, what the fuck does that word mean?
Yeah, well, you gotta pause it and you gotta be like, Alexa, what does turgid mean?
The adjective turgid is usually defined as swollen, distended, tumid. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for turgid.
Oh, no, thank you. Right now. You did fantastic.
Great job.
You did great. Thank you,
Now,
Alexa.
now, continue beating off, please. Thank you so much. Now that I know what that word means.
They're like, oh,
Finally.
thank God, turgid. And then
If
you
you're
get to
just
another
joining
part.
us, we're discussing, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, we're
talking
discussing
about
the
other
word
people's
turgid. Turgid
fictional meat.
means rock hard, swollen, distended.
If you don't know what it means, ask your local Echo device.
I've never actually read erotic fiction. Have I?
Oh, I have. They're good.
Yeah.
That was so fast. That was
No,
so
I have.
fast.
Have you actually? Is it actually good?
Yeah.
Yes.
You-
Was it like Turgid Rico? Was it like hardcore erotic fiction, or
Oh,
was
yeah,
it like
yeah, it was
kinda
pretty
in that
bad.
surface area?
This might have been the first pornographic material I ever consumed. Yes.
Really?
It was-
reading this
it
at
was-
10?
It was a book, an erotic novel that was hidden between a mattress and a box spring, and I found it while
In
being
an old crack house.
and then I read it and I was like, oh, what's going on? I'm turgid all of a sudden.
Hey!
That's why
like a
Rico's
pe-
vocabulary is so just.
So much erotic porn novels.
I feel like this is a Pee Wee Playhouse episode, and every time you say turgid, everything is just going to start being like, you said the magic word!
You know what? I actually think that is a Pee Wee's Playhouse episode.
Oh, yeah, it is Pee Wee. Okay, never mind. Yeah, now I remember what Pee Wee
I
went
think
to jail
turgid
for.
was
Yeah.
the
I'm pretty sure
secret word
Cowboy
for-
Curtis was always turgid.
Yeah. Also, that
Pee Wee
was a sad thing.
Definitely turgid.
Pee Wee was like, I'm turgid. And everyone's like, don't do that, Pee Wee. Don't do
No,
that. You
don't
remember
do
what
that.
happened the last
Definitely not in
time?
public in a movie theater.
Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
that, Pee Wee.
That's a bad thing. Why don't you come
I
here and
mean,
sit on...
he was set
just-
up. Come on.
Just sit on-
no
was set up.
one's no one's going to an erotic theater to not masturbate. Come on.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never been to an erotic theater. but
Neither
I would
have I.
imagine it's just a bunch of dudes masturbating.
It's a bunch of
in a dark
dudes
theater.
jerking off.
Do you think big government tracked out? They're like, Pee Wee's
Yes.
getting too big.
Yes.
Pee Wee is
They,
getting too
they
powerful.
raided that theater just like they raided Mar-a-Lago. What a fucking segue.
They busted in and they found a god awful vision of a white man in the dark masturbating.
They had to get really close. Is he doing what I think he's doing?
Wait. Was this in when they busted Pee Wee or when they invaded Mar-a-Lago? I'm not. What,
Both.
No.
Your yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad.
I'm pretty sure Trumpy Boy wasn't even there. He was in New York
No,
or
he
some
was.
shit like that.
No.
Oh, he was at
No, he was there.
at
Yeah,
Mar-
yeah.
Yeah, because they had to alert the Secret Service, which they did. Because apparently when they busted in, they alerted the Secret Service, so they busted in, and then they went to they started looking, and in the toilet there was a bunch of shredded files that he was trying to flush down.
Where did you get that from?
Fox News.
I watch way more Fox News than you, and I've heard nothing about
I listen
shredded
to it
documents.
every morning, and while I cook, and
Well,
I
that's
heard
CNN.
this. Right? No. This wasn't from a Fox News reporter. It was when they have the other person that's a Democrat on the show to like seem fair and balanced, and then they get into an argument, and then they start spouting off arguments. So they got into an argument, and she was like, "What about the pieces of document that were in the toilet that he shredded up?"
It was
And-
literally just toilet paper.
I'm not a Trump
Documents
hater,
have
people.
shit
I'm
stains.
I'm a politician hater. I
I
hate
use the
all of them
thickest-
equally.
I use the thickest toilet paper. It might look like hard copy to you. It
It's
is
actually
32
just 600,000 count sheets.
It is 32 ply. It is 30. If I had sheep walking into my bathroom, I would wipe my ass with them. Do you
I'm pretty sure
understand?
Trump just uses Egyptian silk sheets to wipe
Right.
his ass.
He's like, what is this? 200 count? Perfect.
It's kinda
It'll
low.
absorb. It'll
that's,
absorb.
actually, that's really
To
low.
to be fair, what he eats like Big Macs and chicken nuggets all the
Yeah.
time. So how his bowel movements must be.
They're the heaviest bowel movements you've ever seen. They're
That
so
means
heavy.
he needs some. I mean, he obviously he doesn't even have a bidet. I'm sure he just has like a small foreign boy with a
definitely
hose.
has a bidet.
Definitely has a bidet.
No. He has a person called bidet
Yeah,
that does it for him.
it's just It's just a guy in the corner with a hose.
Yeah, it's just a small foreign boy with a hose and a scrub brush.
Mr. President, you have to have
No,
a better
he-
diet.
I
He only
said
hires
foreign and you had
Americans.
to do Mexican.
It was in Mar-a-Lago. It would be Cuban, not Mexican.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, exactly. See?
But okay, Rico. So
Yes.
so that we give us what happened. So it's an unbiased. So I'm not going to say what happened.
I mean, I'm
apparently
automatically
since I'm
biased.
left Luther over here.
You are left, Luther.
I'm so not that left.
Hold on. Can you imagine this little Cuban boy just spraying off President Trump's white ass, just being like, President Obama promised me a better life. I'm one of the dreamers.
Oh my!
Get up in there. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's just what I had playing in my head. I had this kid backed into as far into a corner as he could, just spraying a hose, just being like,
In Mop 4, just like
no. I had him in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, he's
just taking
shorts,
just
flip flops,
taking
and a wife beater. That is
That's
all
it.
he's wearing.
That's it. Just spraying it, just being like, you need to have a better diet.
Why is he
Anyway.
speak so hard?
why is it the
Just
kid
looks-
from Coco?
Why is he so
looks-
sick?
It looks like mulch just flying past his head.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Presidential match.
With an industrial power washer.
Oh, President Trump, have a better diet. That's all I'm saying.
So,
I
Katie,
don't think
I
it's the first
can't-
time he's heard that.
I can't go into this with an unbiased review of what happened because really all that's
let's
fucking
talk about
happening.
talk about
We're seeing a situation where you got the January 6th hearings, which no one can fucking cross-examine or anything like that. R.I.P. Liz Cheney.
I've seen a lot of memes disparaging her. Like she is, she's fucked up.
They couldn't get anything to stick with fucking. I mean, look how much stuff we have on the Bidens in as far as his presidential career. How much stuff we have on Joe and his fucking his family orbiting him. And they've had years to get something like really fucked up on Trump. They can't get it during his presidency. They can't get it during the fucking January 6th stuff. They can't get it when they're
Well, you
raiding
can't
his
get it
place.
during his presidency because you can't investigate a sitting president.
They were looking at his ass the entire time.
1,000%
He went through
you
2
can.
impeachments.
1,000% you can.
Impeachments are different, but you can't like. What are they gonna fucking raid?
They would have
Oval
pulled.
Office.
You can't raid it, but you can absolutely investigate it. That's what impeachment and then removal from office is. It's
Thank you,
the
Tyler.
judicial system of doing exactly that. It's holding a president or an elected official to the law. That's exactly
Yes.
what impeachment is.
But they obviously couldn't search as deep as they wanted to because
I bet you
this
they-
raid was
they
for-
were
this
elbow
raid was
deep in
for the
everything they
January
could.
6th thing, right?
This was a byproduct of the January 6th stuff. They said he had classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, which he, as sitting president at the time, could have unclassified those documents. It had already been cleared. Well, what is it? I'm forgetting the term. Federal Library. Go for it. What's it called?
National
Tyler?
Archives.
National Archives.
Like,
It was
Library
already
of Congress.
cleared with a letter from the National Archives saying everything was fucking fine. And they still sent dudes to his house, packing motherfucking heat, going through everything. Melania, her fucking panties are gone. Everything's- Cats and dogs living together. Absolute chaos. They've had 10 years to get something on this dude.
Dude, they've
10
had
fucking-
30. They've had 30 years. And that's the problem that everybody has. Because everyone's like, he's a criminal. And we're like, we know, prove it. And they're like, we can't. And we're like, then what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, everybody knows that this dude understands where the law is and he toes it, right? And he might take a step over it and they're like, hey. And he's like, that's okay. You got me.
You see,
And
but
yet-
he's really smart about it because whenever he steps over it,
Yes. But don't worry.
he steps over it, but the people around him are the ones doing it.
Yes, because it's Rudy Giuliani.
That's how you
and
do it.
Rudy
That's real G shit.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we've all
Listen.
determined now that he's done sketchy shit.
He's
They just
probably-
can't find it because he does it well.
He's always done sketchy shit. He's done that since
Yeah.
the 80s. It's
So they raided him because
2022.
they were trying to find
No.
evidence.
No, dude, they raided him because they're afraid that he's going to run for president
Yeah,
again.
It's
That's
looking.
why
yeah.
they
But
raided
I
him.
don't know.
No,
I don't know
stop
why
it.
they would
Stop.
think that raiding
Stop.
him would change anything.
Because it makes him look guilty. And
Yeah.
all you're going to see are ads being run about the FBI invaded Trump's home because he did some shit. But
But
are you
no
going
one
to
who's
vote for
going
this
to
man?
vote for him
Of course
gives a
they are.
fuck
No,
about
You're
that.
right. But you're right. But the people who are so upset with the Biden administration and the Democrats in general, because let's be serious, Left Luther, is the Democrats have done the
I mean, we can
worst
just start
job.
attacking
They've
Biden
done-
too. if you
They
want.
have done the worst job over the last
bad.
2 years, bro.
Yeah.
They just passed a bill called the Inflation Relief Bill that added to inflation. That's how out of touch they are with America. They think that if they just spend, and if you just identify if we can just get the people who identify as black and gay and trans, and they want everybody sectionalized, right?
Mhm.
And it's not working. It's not working.
They're all terrible.
And so here's what they have to do. They have to invade the person who they think might run against them. This is Nixon tactics.
But what confuses me, though, right?
And I love Nixon. I'm all
Is
for
with-
it. But when
is
it's
with
done
that
poorly
theory-
like this,
Right? What confuses me?
I don't think
with
I've heard
that
anybody
theory-
ever say that. I love
I
Nixon.
love Nixon. I love him.
What confuses
Apologies,
me with
Cody,
that theory
please.
is that if they right know your enemy, right? They know Trump.
Art of War.
Sure.
Sun Tzu.
Yeah. No one who has seen him run his presidency, anyone would be like,
No one's
"You
seen
know
him
what
run.
we
That dude
should
don't
do?"
run.
Yeah, no, he hasn't ran. No one would be like, you know what, we have to raid him to make him look guilty because then people won't vote for him because they know for a fucking fact either A,
No.
that is going to make the people who are going to vote for him even harder, and B, whoever's going to vote for him is going to vote for him. There's no one in the middle or
Yes,
on
there
the
is.
line of voting for
100%.
Trump. And the
100%
only
there
reason
are.
why they would vote for Trump if they were in the middle is because of Biden. If Biden runs again, because Biden's such a shit show. And that's the only reason why they would vote, because they'd be like, well, fuck, what the else am I going to do? But
So
I don't believe that there's in between Trump voters. There's in between
I do.
Republican and Democrat voters, but I don't think there's in between Trump voters.
I do.
There's
I do.
definitely a lot of
I
party
think-
lines crossing at this point. Tyler,
Yes.
you're holding on to something. Go for it.
Yes, I really do, because yes, the Trump voters, they're going to vote for Trump, right? But there are so many people that feel left behind these past 2 years. And I'm not talking about like when Trump was running the first time when he was like, people are forgetting. People don't have money anymore. They're so tired of paying $6 to $7 at the pump. And then when it goes down to not even normal, and the White House has the audacity to tweet out, it's $100 back in your pocket. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yes!
It's still not reasonable.
Just because
Just because-
inflation was at 9% and it's now at
because
8%.
They
doesn't
did
mean it's any
exactly
better.
what was supposed to happen. They allowed leases to get they allowed leases to get bought for drilling. That's all anybody wanted. The drilling isn't actually going to come into effect for years. But the oil company is going, yes, now we can alleviate the. All he needed to do was this. Everybody realizes
Wait,
Joe
so they're
Biden as
now
president.
letting new drills happen?
Yes,
But not new
leases.
pipelines.
New leases, not the XL pipeline, but new leases are being allowed on American
that line.
ground. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You got to make sure the Canadians get fucked.
So
all he
they're-
needed to
so
do.
they're allowing
he could've-
people to drill more.
Yes, which is all anybody has been asking for. That's all anybody
that
has been
pipelines,
asking
yeah.
for.
Real quick,
And they
real
have
quick.
been fighting. Yes, please.
Real quick, because I just saw this story for the first time today. It popped up on my news feed from CNN. Americans just got $100 a month fucking pay increase.
Yep.
Are
Why?
you fucking kidding me?
What did-
Rico, why did they get a pay increase?
Because gas prices went down slightly.
That's it.
That was the story.
That's it.
Who
I read
got
the same thing.
$100 a month?
That there was so
Americans.
much fucking
Americans.
spin.
Yes.
It was
Oh.
absolutely ridiculous.
Gas prices
Because-
went down, and we now have $100.
So
You
now
now have-
consider that the money of all the money you lost. Consider that a raise.
that's not
That's all I had, Tyler. Please continue.
Just
Now, the disrespect that the media and this administration has for you as a person, that they have the fucking balls, the thickest balls to publish a story like that, and no one went, "Hey,
Them some old
This
bald
might-
clit smackers.
I'm telling you, this is hitting all the clit." All right, no editor went, "Hey,
Are you upside
maybe-
down as this is happening, by the way? How are you
Maybe
both
we
coming up and
shouldn't-
around the top?
It's doggy
Maybe
style.
we shouldn't run
Okay.
this. We probably shouldn't run this story because it might make people mad because it's not what's happening." And
It was so fucking dumb.
They went, "Shut
That
the
is
fuck
the
up,
logic.
Jack."
That is like your fucking landlord, right?
So-
Amping
you're so out
your
of it.
your fucking like amping your rent to like $2,000 for, and it was $800, and then all of a
And you're
sudden
like, "Bro, I
putting
can
it back
pay
down to 800 and being like, "Hey man,
No, bro.
I'm giving you
I-
$1,200 back in your
No,
pocket."
dude. No, it's not. It's like him going from 800 to 2,000, and you going, "I'm not going to be able to pay this," and he goes, "Okay," and he drops it down to 1,200, and he's like, "Look, I saved you $800." And you're like, "I hope your parents die of cancer. I
That's-
hope they die of cancer immediately, and you can't afford a plane ticket to go to their funeral, and they get put in an unmarked grave, and they haunt you. I hope your cancer parents haunt you like ghosts."
That's what I said.
I got one. I'm the landlord.
I said exactly what you just said, but that's
I
fine.
didn't say it angry
I got
enough,
one.
Cody. Be
Okay,
angry
so-
about this.
So I'm a landlord, and your fucking the roof is leaking, your ceiling's leaking in the apartment. Now you have a water feature.
There you go.
And then you get charged more. Now you have a water view. Now you have a pool view. Before you just had a street view. So now I gotta charge you more because now you're
Ambiance.
looking at a pool.
Yeah.
Oh, I get so angry, and I know I spend a lot of this podcast
Ceiling
getting
falls
angry.
through. You now have a 2-story home. I don't know what
No,
you're complaining
are you
about.
kidding me? Are
You have
kidding-
roommates.
You have a sky view now. You have a sky view. Look up. Can you see the stars? Yes. Give me $1,000 more. Go fuck yourself. I am so angry right
Dude.
now, and I think I'm not the only one.
You're
I'm
not.
So
That's an insane
So-
story. That's an insane headline. Because I
So,
clicked
like-
on them, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you sending me $100 a month? No, you're just spending less on something that went up.
So Tyler, like you
Exponentially.
said, you're
Explain
so
to me.
angry, right? And you just
Yeah.
said I didn't say it loud enough, right? I didn't say angry enough.
Mhm.
The reason why is because I'm so tired of being
I'm not.
angry and upset at the politics
not.
and news. No, I'm not so tired enough that I'm not going to like care about it.
Mhm.
It's just I can't physically, emotionally, and mentally allow it to let me get that angry because my body's done. Like I have
Oh, my
none
body's
left.
ready.
Like I already have so much depression normally.
no, I get that, and I
That
get that.
The,
Like,
the political depression, I'm just like,
sure.
I don't have the physical energy to
Me
be
too.
that upset at this. Like I'm upset at this. I'll talk about it, but I don't know what to do about this fucking world.
You go to your polls and you vote for the correct party.
Libertarians, cool.
I can't even talk about that.
Maybe not even do that. Just let's get a Republican back in, and then we can work on libertarians.
I was
Kanye
right
West.
all along. I was right all along. Everybody wanted to go vote Joe. We talked to Joe. She's brilliant. But just like
She is.
Spike said, that's not where we need to put libertarians in party. We need to put libertarians in local government, community, state.
That would make the biggest
Uh,
difference.
That's
Well, that's because a
exactly it.
libertarian
That's why
will never win anytime soon.
No,
But if they
no.
start at the lower at
Not
the
presidential races. That's what
lower
I'm saying.
offices and then
that's where
work
they
their
need
way
to
up.
go.
Yes,
Because
And
guess
they
what?
make more of an impact there.
So many people are libertarians and they don't know they're libertarians.
Yeah,
if you honestly feel like that you just want the government to leave you alone and you to succeed or fail on your own, well, yeah, I kind of do. Oh, great, you're a libertarian. I didn't know that. I thought it was a Democrat. No, you thought you were a Democrat because you watched CNN and they told you were a Democrat. Why did they tell me I was a Democrat? Because you're black.
Yeah. Or, well, a lot of it is like a person thinks they're a Democrat or a Republican because of the big issues like that they hold dear to themselves, right? But then they don't realize the other smaller issues that they agree with the other side. But it's the big issue. Like, they're like, you know what? I believe abortion should be legal. And they're like, and I'm a Democrat. And then you're like, okay, but what do you think about guns? Well, you know, everyone should have guns. Okay, what do you think about pay and all this stuff? And they agree with Republicans. And then you're like, you're a libertarian.
Yes. The abortion issue, that's the small issue. But what do you feel about how the government should be involved in your family? How do you feel exactly? How do you feel about you keeping more of your money? How do you feel about you paying less for healthcare? Because guess what? The government getting involved in healthcare isn't going to make it cheaper. It's going to make it more complicated and more expensive. We have now seen that with Obamacare.
Yeah.
Like those are the things most people agree on. When it comes to
ideally, the cost of like fucking things like insulin would fucking go down. Because it's, I think we'd all agree, if you've been in the orbit of somebody who has fucking diabetes, that shit's crazy expensive. Crazy.
It is
fucking
insanely expensive.
All of these medicines are. It's almost like they have, the government allows them to price that as, they don't allow free market to do what the free market wants to do, which is create competition. Okay?
You know, we had an orange guy once. And he went to those people and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna try to pay what everybody else pays."
Rico, he sent mean tweets.
I thought you were really about to get me. I was like, "Fuck!"
So we couldn't keep him around because he said mean things over Twitter.
Mean tweets.
I'm
not on Twitter. This guy.
Don't worry, he's on. What's his thing?
He's on Truther.
So, real quick, I just wanted to look up. Insulin costs about 40 cents per unit to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds right.
On average per vial, it's $25 to $100.
Yep.
Per vial, and I would say probably a vial is what, maybe days or 2 days.
No, a vial.
Maybe a week.
So my grandfather had diabetes, and a vial would probably last him at least a good couple weeks.
Yeah, really? My sister-in-law has diabetes, and I wish I knew more about
on how extreme it is, right? Because like one of my Ashley's best friend, her husband, boyfriend, I can't remember. He has such bad diabetes that he will get put into a DKA. A lot.
What's that? What's a DKA?
Donkey Kong Academy.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Academy?
Yeah, his
fucking barrels.
So
I can never pass the barrel course.
Yeah, because the potassium in the bananas, it helps with the diabetes.
He has to kill Mario as soon as possible, or else he's dead.
Yeah,
for those watching live or catching after the fact, DKA
is diabetic ketoacidosis.
Oh, not Donkey Kong Academy.
Yeah,
we are medics, but we need to spell it out for people that aren't
I was
medics.
going to explain it, but I wanted to see how far this Donkey Kong Academy was going to go. So diabetic
is half the battle.
Yeah, diabetic ketoacidosis is basically someone who has type. I always get these mixed up. Type 2.
I don't know.
Where you need insulin. Is that type 2 or 1? Where you need insulin, not
diabetes. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know either. So you asking us the question makes all of us look ignorant. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, when you have diabetes, you need insulin.
Yeah, some you don't need insulin. That's my point. So one of them, you need insulin to counterbalance the amount of sugar. And the other one, you need sugar because your body produces too much insulin. Hence, diabetes. So he has the one where his body doesn't produce enough insulin, so he has to take insulin. And insulin's so expensive, and he was a line cook, like sous chef. So not great pay, but there was a lot of times where he couldn't afford his insulin. So he would go into DKA like a handful of times a year. and have to go to the hospital. And then that, of course, because he didn't have good insurance, if insurance at all, because he was a line cook.
Yeah.
So then he goes to the hospital and you have to pay that. So yeah, we've talked about it on the show before. The health crisis, healthcare in this country is it's
The
a fucking
healthcare in
shit
this, the healthcare system in this country is atrocious.
That's what I was going to say. Good word.
And it used to be.
I like
before
shit show,
Obamacare-
but atrocious. Fine.
Before
Someone's been
Obamacare,
reading their erotica.
It was yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so turgid right now.
My brain is so turgid for you.
That's called a callback.
Yeah, come back.
The healthcare system in this
Come on her
country
back.
It wasn't so bad. Yeah, that's what I said. It wasn't so bad before Obamacare. With Obamacare now being here for 10 years, it has made fixing it so much more complicated.
Obamacare was so fucking bad.
I will make an
Obamacare-
honest assessment. I am so out of touch with, or an honest thing. I'm so out of touch with like insurance because
Because the military.
well, yeah.
So
well, I was,
myself and
Obama
Cody, we
was
didn't have to
president
deal
in
with Obamacare.
2008.
However,
Yeah.
Tyler has got some experience with
never had to deal with it
Obamacare.
because I was a minor, and then I joined the army. So
Oh,
I
would you mind?
bullshit
Diamonds?
mostly. Yeah. Just bullshit.
But yeah,
So I'm like super out of
Tyler
touch.
has more experience with Obamacare, like people getting fucking, from your stories, people getting fined for not having fucking coverage, which you
Like,
know
oh,
more about it than
can
us.
afford insurance? Let me
Yeah,
charge
here's
you
your
money.
fucking fine.
correct. Because you had the option. You had the option to sign up for Obamacare. I don't want to. I don't want the government being involved in my health care. Okay, roger that. You owe $70 a month for every month that you were not insured. Oh, and you know who did that? Just segueing into the title of our fucking episode. Do you know who fines you for that? It's the fucking IRS, because that's how they find out. They find out on your tax return. That's part of your tax return.
Is it? I'm also out of touch on that because of every tax thing online.
It's fine though, because now you couldn't fight them with lawyers, and now they're armed and have lawyers.
We can fight them with our hands.
Bro.
How insane is it that the IRS has to be fucking armed?
Wheelchairs
The-
or not.
Yeah, no. Hold on. The job posting says you have to be willing to be able to take somebody out. I'm paraphrasing.
Use deadly force to eliminate a target or something like that, probably.
You couldn't beat the IRS
Bust
before.
a cap in a hoe.
You gotta shoot a motherfucker and then be an accountant.
Bitch, you got my money? Oh,
Can
hell
you
no.
mad while shooting a man in the dick? Can you?
Bro,
You seen that Ben Affleck movie? Huh?
the accountant
Yeah, he can shoot people. He knows numbers.
or Jersey Girl?
I was going to
Which
say
one? They're both
Daredevil.
the same, right?
bitch, you ever seen Mallrats? That's a good ass movie. Now, shoot that motherfucker in the head and then see what's in his wallet.
You ever seen Dogma?
That's actually a really good movie. That doesn't
Actually, a
get
really
enough
good
love.
movie.
It's insane.
We're all just Ice Cube. Just Ice Cube. Hey!
All of a sudden, the
Today was a good
IRS
day.
is gangster as fuck. How many branches do we have? We got the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, the Space Force, and now the IRS.
The IRS just hired more soldiers than we have on the entirety of Fort Hood.
87,000 new fucking IRS, armed new IRS
That is
people.
a quarter of U.S. Army soldiers. We
the
have
Army-
400,000 soldiers.
The Army's having such a hard time with retention. They're just throwing money
ridiculous.
at people. They're
Yeah,
just like,
because they went to
"You
the
like
fucking
that?"
IRS.
I will be down in my brigade to 52% strength shortly in medics.
Woo-hoo.
It's bad.
We're the second highest MOS.
We're the second largest MOS in the
There
Army.
you go.
It's a bad.
Yeah. But don't
I
worry.
mean, You know, I haven't seen a lot of combat stuff, but maybe when I get out, I'll go IRS so I can finally shoot a motherfucker.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
Hey man, you've ever deployed? No. Yeah, but you were just talking about having to kill man. Oh yeah, I worked for the IRS a little bit.
Yeah.
Where's my $2?
I went to New Haven, Connecticut, and just shot the motherfucker up.
Oh, did he like fire at you? Nah, man.
Nah,
he
man.
he filed his tax return wrong.
He didn't carry the motherfucking 2.
He forgot to add a dependent.
There's a comma in that motherfucker.
What is happening? Because you know there's an exemption for billionaires to not have to deal with the fucking shit.
Right?
So they're not going after the super rich after AOC wears a dress to the fucking Met Gala talking about tax the rich. She's
They never
not
wanna go
taxing
after
the rich.
super rich. You want to know why? Because they're the super rich.
That's the point. They're coming after you. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, they armed those IRS people for you.
Taxes were never and have never in the history of ever made and or enforced to help us. And by us, I mean poor working people.
Us, the people listening, the people watching.
Us, working people who don't get paid a lot of money, and I get paid a good amount of money.
We don't get
With
paid enough.
inflation, you wouldn't be able to fucking
But
tell.
thankfully, the Sergeant Major of the Army sent out something in our email that said, hey, if you're having trouble right now during inflation, just go to these classes to figure out how to spend your money.
I don't read those. As soon as I see, in my fucking emails, it says like Pentagon, and I look at it and it says Dear. I'm like, boop, gone, delete. I don't give a fuck what you just said.
I read the fuck out of this one because this dude, respectfully, Sergeant Major of the Army, that was the most out of touch email. You don't tell people
man who could fire me with a fart in the wind.
you don't send a mass email to Joe's 4 and below that don't have a .army because we couldn't afford enough email fucking things. And also, when you're even the increase that's coming is what 6%, 8% less than what inflation has been.
There
you
you
don't
go.
say, "Hey, go to a class to figure out how to spend
you
your
don't
money."
say, "Hey, you're
bud.
broke because the economy sucks."
Respectfully,
you should read Dave Ramsey.
have you read The Secret yet?
You don't have to say respectfully. Like, pull your head out of your ass. Like, are you that out of touch? Are you that out
I
of touch?
can't say that because just
Oh,
that
you're
statement
not
alone.
You're
No,
not
just that.
ETSing?
No. I can't say that because I would be saying it all the time over everything. Just that statement alone is how out of touch. Pull your head out of your ass. I could
out of
literally
touch
roll
are you?
through the Army guidelines, just every AR, and say that for every line.
Yeah, but this was
This one-
especially fucking dumb though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. This one
Oh, yeah.
focused on. This one was basically like, "Dear Army, fuck you."
Get good.
No. This is pretty much what it was. It was, Dear Army, I know you don't think I care, and
I don't. You're right.
but I want you to think. Actually, I don't want you to think that I care. I want everyone around you and your family and civilians to think I care. So here's this letter of bullshit things because I don't give a fuck because I'm making an ungodly amount of money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's making really good money.
Yeah, he's Sergeant Major of the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still making E9 pay. It's not like he doesn't get a bump for
No.
fucking.
He's making. I don't think this guy's got captains who are making more money than him, and they're just like,
No.
hey, Sergeant Major of the Army,
You better go to attention for me. But it was just I apologize for derailing this portion of the conversation, but it was so.
It goes
What
to
a
show
fucking
how
touch.
Sergeant Major of the Army
goes to
makes
show how out of touch-
$9,000 per month.
Yeah.
It goes to show how out of touch these people are, and whether you're because let's be fair.
Oh, that's a
He's
fixed
political.
pay.
He's in a political position.
Yes,
he
it
is. Okay, just
And we
the
don't
higher
trust
ups
politicians
on the
around here, boy.
Correct. And so, just like politicians, he's in a political position. And so, yes, him talking to us is like a politician talking to their
Dude.
constituents. We are his constituents. And at that point, it's like, hey,
Yeah, except we
I
don't
know.
get to vote.
Times are tough. Yeah, exactly. We don't get to vote.
Could you
for
imagine
president.
if soldiers got to vote for the sergeant major of the army? Like
it would
president?
be one. It would be somebody. It'd be like the most gangster fucking specialist.
No,
It's
you
a
know they
specialist.
would. You know they would have a
Everybody
rank
knows
cap.
It's a specialist.
Yeah, you know they would have a rank cap. You know, just like for the president, you have age and stuff like that. You
Is
know they would
there?
have a rank cap
Okay,
for sergeant major of the
lower
army. So it'd be like, hey, here's these 4 sergeant majors.
range.
No, bro.
They're going to campaign for like 6 months,
No,
and
you never
across the army, we get
I'm
a
not voting
vote
for
for
him.
that sergeant major.
Nope.
You would have a lot of specialist write-ins, though.
You'd have write-ins. You have a 6 or 7 year specialist fucking
Hell
written in, and all of a sudden they're just like, hey man, by the way, you're the top of the fucking.
Yeah,
He
they got-
should be.
they
That
got
6 or
90%
7
of
year
the vote.
specialist has got 3 divorces, doesn't get BH, but lives in a fucking house. He's got 14 dogs, 27 guns. He's got a brand new Dodge Charger and a Challenger. He knows how to make shit happen.
Yeah,
He's
and that's
been to
our
the
major.
5 board. He's been to the 5 board twice.
Yeah, and everyone makes the joke, right, that you have to have all those things to make E7, which is pretty much correct.
He's got
But to-
14 Article 15s.
But to make sergeant major of the army, right? Here's the misconception, right? To get sergeant first class, you got to have all those things. But to get sergeant major of the army, even sergeant major of a post, right?
Okay.
A
Yeah.
garrison sergeant major, none
riding
of
along
those
so
things
far.
can happen. You have to have such a squeaky clean fucking career and be the largest, if not the most kiss-assing person that's ever existed to continue through your career and run real fast, but not be a good leader almost at all. And that is how you become sergeant major of a large organization.
So I don't-
not
I
the
don't wanna
guy
make
who
this-
has had life experience, and not saying that hasn't deployed or anything.
I don't know. I
Are
feel
there
like
sergeant majors that
you're
haven't deployed? There
projecting
are.
some personal feelings.
No,
right
I am. I've had a lot of shitty sergeant majors. I have only met.
Sergeant Major so and so, and Sergeant Major so and so. You're gonna be a piece of shit.
Show me on the
You're
rescue
a
Randy
piece of shit.
where the sergeant major touched you.
Well, it's just like we've had.
Damn, Left Luthor.
We've had shitty. We've all had shitty E5 NCOs, sergeant first classes, first sergeants, sergeant majors, battalion. Right? We've
There's
all
shitty
had
people
that.
everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
but for some odd reason, like systematically, I've only had like maybe 1 or 2 like brigade level or higher sergeant majors that I've actually been like, you're actually a pretty cool dude. You seem like a good leader that just made it all the way up here. Like you're in a position that you deserve because you're a good NCO. A majority, I would say 85% of the time, when I've met sergeant majors at that level, I'm just like, oh, you're a shitty person
Yeah.
and you only care about numbers. You don't give a
Yeah.
shit about your soldiers.
Yes.
Much like politicians. Do
Yes.
the right thing,
It
keep
gets
getting
to that
voted
point.
in,
It
don't
gets
give
to
a
that
fuck
point.
about the people below them.
It's a political position. At a certain point, any position in the army, especially at that point, I would say not even first sergeant, I would say sergeant major and up. And then I would
Yeah.
say after that, I would say, well, what is it? In the army, it's colonel and above are appointed by Congress.
I would say major. So I would say there's
Yeah.
two different political levels. There's army politics, and then there's actual politics. I would say starting
Yeah.
at like major
They
and
intertwine,
sergeant
man.
major, right? I would say at both of those levels.
It's the same game.
Yeah, but I'd say it's different, right? So at like major and
It's
like
worse in the
battalion
army.
sergeant major, you're only dealing with army politics.
It's worse in the army.
And then when
because-
you get up to like colonel, definitely general, and like garrison sergeant majors, then you're dealing with army politics and actual politics.
But that's even worse because at least politicians, like we said, they can be voted on.
Yes.
These guys can't be voted on. Like they feel that they're oh, I made it to this point. I'm not getting knocked down. I'm only gonna go up.
Yeah. And something bad can actually
Because I get up
happen.
again. No one's ever
I'm-
going to let me.
I'm only gonna get turgid.
Yeah, so turgid. Yeah, and if they fuck up super bad, they'll actually be removed publicly and like punished, like by the law. Unlike military
won't.
leaders.
Politicians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not military
Politicians.
leaders.
Unlike military leaders that
They
will
just get
be
shifted.
very hushed, moved to another place, or forcibly retired,
All right.
and get full benefits.
I don't want to make this about like, let's just bitch about our leadership, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, our leadership's
no.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, our leadership.
Want to know how I know? Because
fine.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not.
I'm not.
No.
I'm actually really good at CO.
Yeah, I am too. I'm really good at my job.
I'm moderately okay at my job.
But yes, I agree. I
I'm
think
the
our- I think
okayest
our-
NCO.
Yeah. Our top leadership
Yeah,
is
I
rough
didn't
right
get
now.
the Army Good Conduct Medal. I got the Army Good.
But think about that. Think about this. And if people are watching this and they're like, and if anyone in leadership position was watching this and like, that's not true. No one wants to join the army. It's the whole reason why you're throwing money at people to stay in the army and to join the army. What is
And you
what is
didn't
it?
throw me nearly enough money.
And if you're sitting there going,
$15,000
that's not
to
true.
join?
If you're
The
sitting
Army-
there going, that's not true, either one of two things. Either you're the shitty leadership or you're that great leadership and you just don't see it.
And you just can't see it. And good for you. If you're that one,
You're doing the right thing.
God bless you. And if
Or you're on the
rest
other
of it-
side and you're that
Yeah.
shitty you think you're doing right.
and you're just heads in the sand, and you're just like, I'm not that leader. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are.
Gage in the chat. Fuck on that
Yeah,
shit.
there you
Hello.
Our retention, I don't think, is low because our leadership sucks, because civilians don't know about that.
People don't know.
They don't see that.
People don't want to join the army right now because all the politicking that's coming out
No.
is this whole. Yes, it is.
No,
Dude,
no.
it's getting reported.
They
out
don't
there.
want to join the army because it's so much easier just to stay fucking home.
Well, that's it. That's the easy answer. Yes.
It's a generational shift, I think. It's also
Guaranteed.
it's easier to stay home, and then also it's now a current generation that's not, we have threats overseas, and they're not like, I'm going to join, do my 4 years or whatever, and if I have to fight those overseas threats, I have to do it. Much like our generation. This is now a generation that's like, like we may go to war with Russia or China. Like, I'm not going to get shot at for college, so
Hey,
think
Biden's going to write off all my college loans anyway.
Yeah.
I'll stay here on the couch and fucking.
Exactly.
I think it's more that it's a lack of there's definitely obviously been a lack of patriotism throughout the country in the last couple
Oh,
of
it's
years.
it's fucking
Right.
down the fucking drain, dude.
And there's no pride.
If you love America, you're a fucking extremist.
and yeah, exactly. But then also I know you guys have younger soldiers and stuff, and I don't have any direct soldiers private
got
level
kids,
that are
bro.
just joining in, right? But I work
do.
around them on occasion, and just the temperament is so much different than the people
different.
that I joined with 10
It's
years ago.
different than-
because we were like, this sucks.
Even
and I'm gonna
5
deal with
years
it.
ago.
Well, yeah, because you're like, this sucks, and I'm going to deal with it. Back then, nowadays, with these younger soldiers, like, this sucks. Why does this suck? And you're like,
Tyler's got something.
bitch, it sucks because it sucks. Just stop bitching about it.
Tyler,
Yes.
go
Which-
for it.
Cody, you have no soldiers directly under you. Rico, do you have any soldiers directly under you?
Yes, I am like an unofficial section sergeant because people are leaving. So I do have at least 5 younger soldiers underneath me.
Okay. I will.
I run a
without
clinic, so I just let my medics do their own
Yeah,
thing.
you just do
I-
nothing.
I switch between being a squad leader and a platoon sergeant. So I go anywhere from having.
Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You fucking
Piece of
quitter.
shit.
I go anywhere from having 14 soldiers under me to about 50.
Sounds about
That's a big fucking deal.
It sure is. The mentality
right.
of
You
new
get it, platoon
soldiers
daddy.
is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
They have such a fragile sensibility about them.
I'm
It has nothing to do with
because-
older dudes sitting here and going, "Oh,
Nope.
these snowflakes!"
it
They
is-
literally just can't handle shit.
and I think
Go to
it's
the
not-
field with a bunch of
Bro.
19-year-old soldiers.
I don't think it's entirely their fault. I
Oh,
think
no,
the
it's not.
I think the army has failed them when COVID-19 hit. They said we are not allowed to they did not go through basic training.
I think
They
It's
were
not just the
not-
army. It's not just the
No.
army. It's the current culture in the fucking U.S.
I think
But-
it's that, but then that
Basic
went
training.
into basic during COVID times. Because
Basic
like when I was
training.
down at
Kenny,
Bliss
my
and we were
dog.
out there in
Love
the
you, brother.
field, down at Bliss, like I was around a bunch of those 19-year-old soldiers, and this was MedCom soldiers too.
Medical
So,
soldiers are now the fucking
Specialists,
worst.
right? So
They're
like
the worst.
specialists that have
fucking
been in
God.
for like 4 years but have never been to the field, and then they joined during COVID, so then
Don't
they
get
have
me
never been to the
started.
field. And so we're out in the sand and the bullshit, and it's really not that bad. I've been in a lot worse. It just sucks a little bit because the wind
A
and
little
the
bit.
sand. Yeah, like
And you're like, you're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, and they're like, I've never been in a worse position in
dude.
my life.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Dr. Oz, and then Dr.
No.
Stephen Moore. I
Oh,
don't.
like
You
they're
don't want to talk
having
Dr. Oz?
existential-
Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of
Dr. Oz
somebody
is
else.
running. He's running for Senate.
Yeah, they were having existential life crises, and I'm like, it's not that
Wild
bad. They're
turkey
like, what do
always,
you mean
buddy.
it's not that bad?
Wild turkey always.
They're like, the sand is everywhere. I was like, you want to know why it's not that bad? Because it's 70 degrees outside, and you can still
that's nice.
feel your toes, your face, and your dick. So it's
Ooh.
really not that bad.
Yeah.
I can
And
feel
like,
your dick.
What do you mean? And I was like, there have been times in Germany while driving down the Autobahn in January in a snowstorm in -12 where I was like, you know what? If I just jumped out at 45, I don't think I'd
Yeah.
survive.
Hell
I
yeah.
drove home. I drove home from France to Germany outside the hatch while it was snowing, and I just wanted to unbuckle my harness.
Yeah, and you
climb
had
out the
every
vehicle.
bit of snivel gear that you own on, and you were probably standing in a sleeping bag.
Not good enough. It wasn't good
Gage,
enough.
That's
we need
what
more
I was
context.
doing.
What's so
Bro,
terrible?
Hold on.
Oh,
Can I
Gage
say
is saying
something?
that's so terrible because he was the
I
one
want to say,
in front of me driving, also freezing his dick off
bro,
in that
bro.
situation.
Still need more context, Gage. It's
In
never
this-
enough.
in this,
That's what people say about my penis. It's never enough.
in my new unit,
That's usually what they say with my romanticism.
Gage, I tell people in my new place about the story about you pouring
Almost
out your Gatorade
murdering me?
piss. No.
Oh.
He poured out his Gatorade piss.
Hello,
He was
Sergeant.
pissed. He filled up a Gatorade bottle, threw it out his driver's hatch, and then had LT from the vehicle behind him go, I think your vehicle is leaking fluid.
Hold on, that wasn't with me. Was that after I left?
I don't know. No, this is before I got there. Gage told me this story. He's like, I filled up the Gatorade bottle. I still had to piss, so he tossed it out his driver's hatch.
It
And
was
then
McDaniels.
Yes, it was McDaniels. McDaniels radios. He goes, I think you guys are leaking something.
There's no fluid lines by the
juice.
driver's head.
It is my favorite. It's so much fluid. Yeah, he came up the radio and he's like, "Sir, that wasn't fluid from the vehicle. That was my piss." And LT goes,
Over
much
the
fluid.
radio.
It's one of my favorite Holden stories.
Kenny wants to know if it was a new LT because that's one way to get fucking baptized on the
Probably
road.
would've been. It's
Holden,
one of
I
my-
want to know who was your NCOTC at the time because I don't think it was me.
Oh my god. It's one of my favorite Holden
can't
stories
even
he's ever
tonight.
told me. It's
The,
so
the
good.
amount of Holden driver stories that we have,
It's so good.
he was
It's-
such a good driver,
I
but
tell-
there's so many of them. It makes me wonder, why did we let him drive?
I swear to God.
I would
swear
drive
to
a
God,
striker right now. I would like
I
the
have one.
hellhole is the best place in the army.
Bro, come over to Bullis.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
finish-
what? You park and everyone has to get out of the vehicle to do dumb shit? What do? I take a nap.
I took a fucking nap in the comfiest chair in the army.
In any vehicle. Because you want to know what fucking chair you have in a 113 or a 55 or a 577? It's a fucking
fucked.
drummer's seat that you sit in a band
Oh.
with a shitty backrest.
I swear to God, half the stories I tell here about Germany, Gage is involved in them.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I swear to God. And one of my favorite ones is when he dumped it out. Oh, it's such a good story. It's such a good
Ah,
story.
let's fucking send it. Fuck it.
No, that's what I just told you about. It's him
okay.
Yeah.
and then
I mean,
the other
there was
him-
that one, the one where we navigated through the dark and Holden
Yes.
almost killed me and about 8
Yes.
other people in the back of the truck.
I never worked directly with Holden, so I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
experience
is
any of
now a military podcast, just for the
Yeah.
It always has
I-
been.
I
It
mean,
always has been.
but we every so often, right? So most of the time we talk about politics, social media,
We're the villain
pop
of the
culture.
week podcast. The story
every
of the
so
week.
often. Yeah, every so often we like to go off on diatribes about the military. It is what we are. Yeah, hours in a dark box, Holden just sitting there while I'm in my hammock and he's just lying there and we're talking about life things and a certain very naive, young, creepy soldier in the dark will tell us
Hello,
about,
Sergeant.
we'll
Because
talk about
oh,
girls that he
God.
has crushes on or
That's a different person.
think is super thick or
Ooh.
Sergeant.
I can't say.
Sergeant, you can go.
Give me
to
a
sleep.
clue.
I
Give me
can
a
watch
clue.
over you.
It was like certain like Latin
Was it
or
medics?
Colombian NCOs.
Oh,
I have no idea what the
Tyler
fuck you're
picked
talking
it up.
about.
Okay, the person whose voice you
Her-
were just doing,
Her first, yes.
yeah, may or may
Yes.
not that thought that a
Yes.
certain person was
Correct.
thick.
Her her first name might have rhymed with Mo.
Oh, she was thick as fuck, bro.
Okay. No. Nope. That's it. That's
I would
it.
risk it all
Nope,
right
stop
now.
It. Stop it. Stop
She
it.
doesn't watch this.
Stop it.
She's not the one you need to worry about.
No, you need to worry about the one whose voice I was impersonating.
I'm gonna get him too.
No, you don't know where he is. No one knows where he is.
Who the fuck are we talking about?
The one who talks
You
like
were
this.
just imitating his voice.
Oh, okay. I got confused. Hello, Sergeant.
We did
Hello,
actually.
super thick.
We did actually.
No,
tell
I
her.
expect you to gag.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knew.
And Holden
Maybe.
actually would at night because he would be in the back with me and I would be in
Bro.
my hammock and
Bro.
Holden would take his like rucksack and his bag and like build a wall.
Yes. Yes.
So he couldn't like ninja crawl like a kid from the Ring through the hole at Holden.
Hey, I'm just slicing your throat right now.
Dude,
Trust me, dude. he
Joe
didn't even know-
would-
he-
she
he
would
didn't know
fuck
what a karate
around
was.
with that shit.
No, it rhymes
all
with
the
Mo.
time.
Don't say names.
Well, I wasn't comparing her to the previous thing, but Joe would fuck around. Her and Vickers would fuck around so much and make jokes about how he was going to get me in the dark. And I was like, y'all don't
Yes.
understand. I understand you're laughing, but this is a legit fear of mine
Yes.
that he may murder me at night.
Hey,
Because
hold on
I'm
one
in a
second.
hammock and he's right below me.
Yes.
It's
He may
really easy
still.
for him just in the dark just to go stab, 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 stab.
Too easy.
I'm dead now, and I'm
It's
a
too-
bleeding sack.
Too easy. And you know what's funny is in a well stocked striker in a medevac vehicle, you could find those sharp objects.
Oh, Germany people.
In my pocket,
Yeah.
I have 3 knives on me at any given point in time.
Why? God,
Well, I
Why
mean,
do
one's
you
in a Gerber.
that's
one-
very like. That's a
One's in a
sexual
Gerber.
crime. If you're
Oh,
One's
you
in
have
my
some
pocket.
hands.
No,
I got like
one's in my
17
Gerber.
guns over there, but I don't have 6 knives on me
They're
right
not
now.
for fighting, they're for cutting. One's in a Gerber, one's in my pocket, and the other
You're
one's
not
on my
helping
kit.
your case,
It sounds sexy and violent.
right?
Yeah, that's pretty much my entire
They're not for
aura.
fighting, they're for cutting.
One is
In a
for
world
fighting,
where I need to
one
cut
is-
some bitches up close.
One is for cutting, and the other one is for putting bitches in their place.
No, that's what the giant black dildo in my magazine pouch is for.
So it's on the record. Ashley Rhodes. If anything ever happens to me, he did it.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen
did it.
who know my wife, we all know that if anyone's going to kill anyone in this relationship, she's going to murder me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Actually, yes. I 100%
We've been
agree with
making
that.
plans to get you out of
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah,
no.
Honestly, I'm disappointed because it's taken you a long time.
It's just such a drive to get to fucking Hood. And now
You've
you're
been
going to
planning this
Atlanta.
for 8 years. It's been a long haul.
Now you're going to Atlanta. Is like, oh my god, how long of a drive? Can I?
Right.
What? I got a soldier getting an Article 15 right now for leaving the country on leave. So if I say I'm
Did they
staying,
go
if I
to
say I'm,
Mexico?
they went to Africa. So it's like I'm putting my leave thing. I'm going to fucking Fort Hood. Fuck, they're in goddamn Atlanta now. Shit. Article 15 on top of murder.
Hold on, I want to go back to the soldier that went to Africa on leave without putting it on his leave form.
Hey, it's not a fucking problem. Because you know what? All the fucking people in Germany, Ryanair has a fucking discount right now. I can go to fucking London for $25. They didn't put London on their fucking leave form, did they?
Yeah, we're in Europe, though.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with Cody. I don't like to agree with Cody.
That's
I'm
why I'm
sorry.
glad you're not on this consideration board for what's
just
happening with
saying.
my soldier.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's still right or okay.
Yeah.
But
So,
I'm
like,
saying
when you-
they're still in
when you-
Europe. They could still, if shit pops off,
Yeah.
get back to base.
There's a
Motherfucker
big
flew
difference.
to Africa.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's a big difference between
There's
me
no
being in like,
connecting train.
I told you I was going to Nuremberg, but I'm in the UK. I'll be right back.
You go to
There's a
Prague
big
for the
difference.
weekend.
No. Oh, I went to Oklahoma? Negative. I'm in West Africa. Like, no, bro. The gorillas have you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Both the animal and the rebel fighters. I have
comparatively,
no defense.
going to
You guys are
London
such
when you
Debbie
don't
Downers.
have...
I'm just going to catch up on the chat. Ashley Rhodes of the Idaho Rhodes says rude. Kenny says
I
lol.
know, no,
That's
hold
what
on,
they
hold
all
on.
say.
Hold on, I'm reading.
Yeah, Gage is coming. I'm waiting.
Why do you think I watched and listened to too much true crime?
I know
That's
exactly
a lady
why
thing.
You fucking watch too much true crime.
I don't wanna talk about
Gage
this.
says
No,
I caught him walking out of the woods
out of
once
the
while I was in a
woods.
beer run, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
And he goes taking pictures.
I don't want to finish reading that.
No. Okay, here's the thing.
That's
much
Creepy
as
Bear.
We can talk about Gage. We cannot talk about this other individual. 'cause if
We
do,
never said
we will
anything
him
about
into existence.
the fucking KFC guy.
We didn't say his
we
name
will-
3 times.
We will him into existence.
Did you?
All right?
I didn't.
Yeah, I
fuck
didn't
no,
say
I
his
didn't.
name 3 times while standing in front of a picture
I
of First
think-
Sergeant Creighton.
I think one time is enough. He's just going to show up at the edge of my bed and he's going to be like, I heard you were talking about me,
He's
Sergeant.
actually in your closet right now.
heard you have a podcast and you were talking about me, Sergeant.
I'm actually checking right now.
I'm actually going to check my closet.
Dude's already done.
He died. He's not come back in.
Leave her alone. It's now screaming. We're live watching Scream. Holy shit.
He just falls to the ground.
He
God
was the
damn it,
killer
you
the
little
whole time.
bastard.
He was the Colonel Sanders the whole time.
Like being attacked by an anemic
You know what,
golem.
Kenny? You know what I want you to do in the chat? Sell me in Oklahoma. Why
He's
would
in
I want to go?
Oklahoma. He lives
I
in
know.
Oklahoma.
And that's good enough for me. Me and Kenny, he could drink Crown, and I'm on the fucking Wild Turkey. Tell me why I should be in Oklahoma. Go for
Hey,
it.
Kenny, I have Mountain Dew and Jim Beam in this.
Oh, this motherfucker. I forgot about that. And now the hate is boiling in me again because you ruined fucking whiskey with Mountain
Jim
Dew.
Beam. Let's not get that fucking heavy with it.
It's still whiskey.
Yeah.
Makes me frisky.
So is military special, but I'm not putting that in my body.
What the fuck is military special?
Exactly.
Even I have not ventured into that.
Oh, God. That's like the steel reserve of liquor.
Yeah.
It's
at Rico's
the
lowest, he would
plastic
still
bottle.
spring for Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels is the lowest I'd go.
Yeah, military special.
You
know
can't
when you go
sell
into
me on
PX and you see
fucking
that
Oklahoma,
low
Kenny?
shelf of
It's all good,
vodka.
brother.
Right next to it, they have the military special whiskey,
No.
which pretty much just
God.
looks like light sweet tea.
God, no.
It's probably a vodka base with like fucking caramel coloring.
Probably. It's just straight antifreeze.
It spent 30 seconds in a fucking oak barrel.
They actually just wafted a piece of wood over the top of it.
Hiya, this is wood now.
I don't know who that was offensive to, but
Everyone.
Was that some Native American person?
that's what I was like. I don't know which ethnicity that was offensive to, but I want to say it was like 7 of them.
That's how you multiculturally don't offend anybody, because you can't tell what it is.
Racist to several people at once.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So you shake your head like an Indian man, squint your eyes like an Asian.
Got it.
Yeah, talk like a black person.
So you ready?
What the fuck is this?
And use Italian hands.
I'm Tony.
No. Because now you're Italian, and now you're insulting Italians. But if you go like,
fuck.
hello, how are you doing? Hello. Hello, come again.
It's the most confusing.
That's confusing.
It's the most confusing episode of Slumdog Millionaire ever.
What am I doing? What am I doing? You know?
Nothing.
Hey, don't you walk away with that frozen burrito? You know? You don't know.
Just in case.
And that's why the
back.
Jews had it coming. And
Holy... We had to let the floor.
And I don't know why they always
roll
complain
through.
about the train rides. They got free showers.
What the? I can't do that again. That's 10 seconds of technical difficulties while we talk to HR.
Did we run out? That was pretty
clear.
good too.
That was good.
And we gave the black people free.
And
now
that's
they
the
get
end
to
of our
vote
show.
and they
We're
don't wanna
canceled. You know what? Hey, it's Rico.
You know, there's literally a button that you can push for that.
No, I canceled you guys.
You don't have to delete us out of the whole thing.
Hey, I want you to focus in on me real quick.
Ashley just did dots.
Focus in on me.
Kenny
all right?
says, LOL, oh, you sound like my old boss. Tell us more about your old boss, my guy.
Racist, McRacist.
We have jokes, but seriously, I want you to look at
Ashley
me.
says, I vote for the Rico show. Thank you. That's the
hold
validation I really needed. I
Y'all are
appreciate you.
awful.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it's a combination of awful and fuck you. Go for it.
Oh, sorry, Tyler.
I'm just trying to say we need to be equal in our hatred, okay? Fuck the Irish.
You know what? Fuck the Irish.
I'm Irish.
So am I. I don't give a fuck. Fuck
I
'em.
was about to say, like, Tyler, aren't you like heavily Irish?
I'm super Irish. I don't give a fuck. Those drunk cunts.
Thank you. Finally,
Let's be equal
me
in
and
our
Ashley
hatred.
on the same page.
Oh no, white people are the worst.
Hey, listen.
Oh my God! Stop the self-hate, white people.
Oh no, it's not self-hate. It's just recognition.
No. It's
That's
not,
what the
'cause I love
libs say. Left Luther.
I
It was
love-
you the whole time.
No. See, they go, we have to apologize and be cognizant of the damage we've done through history. I'm just sitting over here going, hey, we can all agree that, like, white people were really bad in the past, right?
All right, this is fucked up. Imagine your kids, right, in fucking school, and they have to. I'm not gonna say your kids' names, even though you've said them on the show before. But your kids,
Ray,
they
Roy,
have
Grace.
to. Yep, those two. They have to apologize for some shit that doesn't have anything to fucking do with them.
They have no idea why they're apologizing. They're
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
that's
I'm
some shit.
I'm sorry.
I mean, she does that anyway normally, but
I'm sorry, black people.
oh god. If my child came home saying at any point in age, she's
We're
5
sending
now.
the showers, Kenny.
She's 5 now, but let's say later on, middle school, high school, if my daughter came home and she said, you know, today was kind of weird or great or whatever it may be. Because
We learned about critical race theory.
Yeah, we had to turn and
I learned
had
I'm
to
a bad
turn
guy.
to my black student neighbor and say, I'm sorry for racism. I go,
Tyler's looking to
"Oh,
see if he has enough time for this shit.
I'm going to look at my daughter, and then I'm going to call her teacher and be like, "Oh, I didn't know that my daughter was a plantation owner. Thank you for letting me be aware of that." And they'll be like, "Well, what do you mean, sir? We just had you see, she was apologizing for racism, so I assumed that my daughter was a part of the Confederacy."
What's your older daughter's name? I forget.
Ray.
I just see Ray just sitting outside
Hey, Ray.
on an old Georgia plantation, just looking over.
Well, I mean, she
These
is
motherfuckers ain't pick potatoes fast enough.
she is a 6'5" blonde, long-legged, just Aryan, just Aryan.
Was Auschwitz? What the fuck, Kenny?
Christ. Someone coming up.
Old Jebediah Auschwitz.
Just be like, iced tea, madam, and just Ray just be like, yes, iced tea indeed.
Unicorns and shit.
What's your
He's not
youngest
sweet
daughter?
enough.
Roy
Your youngest daughter. So she just looks at Roy and she's like, everything the sun touches literally is yours.
And knowing my
That was
youngest,
his name?
neither of you do, she
Holy
would
fuck.
light it on fire. Because she's
Burn
a
it.
chaos child.
That's
Burn it
hers
all.
to do. That's hers.
Yes.
She-
But Rico, I agree. That is super stupid. And I would be, you know what? My story about my daughter coming home and saying that would suck. That would be terrible. What would be even better comedically is if
Sure.
your children came home, right? And
My-
told you that story that they made
My half brown
exactly. but
children,
one
my
of them looks whiter than the other.
multicultural.
Yeah, one of them looks whiter than the other.
No, they're both brown right now because the summer, baby.
Yeah, let's say this happened in December or February around, Black History Month.
We just need a little sunshine. And
Let's say
then
you move to Alaska and it's
Oh, the
February.
winter.
Oh fuck! And they
yeah.
look like Twilight. Got
Yep.
it.
And they
Okay.
have your oldest turn around and apologize to the class for racism, and then he goes, "I'm Puerto Rican." For
And then I go to
straight
the school.
humor's sake, that would be the funniest shit.
The
Is that they
next
have
day.
the pale-skinned Puerto Rican boy
Bro.
say I'm sorry to the
No, they wouldn't, because his first name is white as fuck. His last name is not white as fuck. Maxwell Ramirez. Oh no, sorry. We need to have Todd Jones come up here from the stage. Todd,
Right?
Yeah,
Todd,
Chad
we need you to come up here and apologize for the way your people handle other people.
Hey, why can't Maxwell do it? Mr. Ramirez, please take a seat. Mr. Ramirez, please sit down.
Why are you
Mr.
in this class again?
Mr. Ramirez, please sit down. We're not going to have you apologize for the white people. Please, Christopher Smith, please come up front.
Mr. Columbus.
Meanwhile,
Christopher Columbus.
We're
Come up by
clearly
yourself.
fucking from the line of people that probably fucking ruined tribes and enslaved fucking.
Because everybody is terrible. It doesn't matter your color. We're all
Everyone.
terrible.
Yeah, because guess what?
Everyone.
White people suck. Spaniards
do.
who are kind of like all of the white,
White
also
Spaniards.
super suck.
No.
Dark Spaniards are okay. White Spaniards,
Yeah,
not
white
so
Spaniards, the
Bro,
worst.
everybody wants to look at this. Everyone's like, oh, like, look at the Jews, right? And everyone's like, oh, the Jewish people, like, yeah, but they're kind of considered white. Yes, they were enslaved by the Egyptians, weren't they? I think they look like Rico.
We don't recognize that anymore.
Oh, exactly. Because everybody is terrible and everybody will take advantage of another type of person if they can. That's all it is.
Or you mean
All
like
they are.
Or you
Hey,
mean like when they say, hey, the US presidents were terrible because they had slaves? And then you go, oh, you mean much like most of Africa through the history of Africa?
Also, most like all of Europe, and then Europe just did it a little bit sooner, and they're just like, "Oh no, we got rid of slavery.
no, sorry.
We're the better people."
That's so
You're like,
gauche.
no, because it turns out you have dead Egyptians in your museums, and you're not giving them back to the people who are asking for them.
We introduced two
Everybody
words
is
to that.
terrible.
Oh,
You're
I was
all
just bringing
terrible.
up the Africans specifically because they would enslave fellow tribes.
Everybody did. So did that.
of course, that was the original slave trade.
Kind of a
Native
thing.
Americans
The
did too.
Romans would just actively
Bro.
go out and just kidnap people.
One of the craziest things I read about with Native Americans is when they were like, this Native American tribe was peaceful, and you were like, that's awesome. And they were like, and then they were fucking conquered and enslaved by this Native American tribe, and you're just like, well, wait a minute, why were they peaceful then? Fight back, peaceful Native American tribe, fight for your no. Everybody is terrible, and don't trust anybody. If anybody wants to give you a candy bar or a ride home, say
Don't
no.
eat it.
Kick them in the balls because it's probably a male. And if they're not, kick them in the clit kick them, and then leave. And
I
then
like how
use a
he was very
payphone.
inclusive and said, "Kick him in the clit." I appreciate that about you.
Kick. No, sorry. With that, that's not far enough. Kick they in
Yeah.
them's junk.
Kick they, them, he, them, verb.
Kick Jim him.
Everyone sucks.
You're
And he
attacked by
solved
a
it.
quick walk delivery boy.
I'm serious. Love your family, love your friends, but guess what? Everybody else is trying to take advantage of you. Fuck
Yes.
You want to know who sucks? Okay, this is who sucks. No, actually,
them. Joe Biden.
Yes,
Joe
but-
Biden,
So
the
here's a
Dallas
longer
Cowboys,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and the New York Knicks.
yeah. So
I
here's
have
the
no
longer list,
problem
right?
with this list. I have
This-
zero problems with whatever this
I
list
knew you
is.
wouldn't have a problem with it.
This is who
I'm all for
doesn't
it.
suck, right? The people who don't suck: Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians,
No.
Wait, no,
blue collar
Democrats.
workers.
Hold on.
No. Let me finish my list.
Democrats do suck.
Let me finish my list.
He's gonna
Oh,
say
God.
far left people, but whatever. Okay,
Blue
go for
collar
it.
people, rich people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Middle class, low class, high class. Those people don't suck. You want to know who sucks? People.
Me spreading butt cheeks.
Just fucking people. Yeah. Eat your elbow pussy. Yeah, eat that shit.
Of
Yep.
course we're friends, Kenny. What are you talking about?
All those people, the sides that your side, your people tell you that suck, they don't suck. People
We don't.
suck. Everyone sucks. It is as likely of a D20 roll that the person to your left and right equally suck and or don't suck.
It's a net zero.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Because
Here's the
human
thing, though.
beings are terrible.
We are.
And they're also fantastic, but they're terrible.
Yes, we are as a species. And this is what I talk about people with. I was like, oh, I have a podcast. And people are like, oh, what do you do your podcast with? And I was like, I met these two assholes in Germany. And then
My
most of
bad,
the
Kenny.
time-
I didn't know you were a Cowboys fan. My bad.
No. Even knowing that you're a Cowboy fan, I love you, Kenny, but yeah, it's
Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck
Fuck the Cowboys.
They haven't been
Fuck
good
the
since
Cowboys.
Ray Man left. Let's go.
Yeah, their only claim to fame is that a quarterback we had won the Super Bowl.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Get ready for the Uno's Fantasy fucking Football League. Gage, we're talking about the IRS people. We already did. They are coming for you and your money because there are exemptions for really rich people, even though
But not
USC
you.
was like Texas rich.
Yeah,
Not
not
you.
you.
They're
EMT.
coming for
worry.
you. You
Don't worry,
couldn't
that
defeat their
dress-
lawyers, and now you can't defeat their Glocks.
Yeah, Tyler was saying something. What were you saying, Tyler?
So what I was saying is like, yes, people are terrible. But then when it comes to
Yes.
like this, is like you find people in your life that you attach to. And this is what I
Sad
tell people
noises.
when we have a podcast. I was like, I do podcasts with two dudes who I served with in Germany. And one of them is over
That's
here
sexy.
and the other one is over here. I know it is. I know. Trust me. I can
Served
talk
with.
deeper. I can talk deeper.
Hell
if you'd like.
yeah.
And just find the people who are good for you in your life. Because guess what? The majority, it's not. Find the
Yes.
people that are good for you in your life and then just hold on to them and depend on them. And they'll depend on you. But for the most part, everybody else is trying to take advantage of you. And don't let them. And then the more good people you have in your life, the less people are going to take advantage of you because you can depend on those dependable people
Mhm.
to support you.
And you can depend on the undependable people to fuck you in the ass.
And you can
Buddy.
depend on the dependopomises
To
to
also
ask you to
fuck you in the ass.
I was very
even
into
though
what
they're
you
not
were
in the
saying
military.
until I saw Cody's fingers, and it looks like he's been finger banging a fucking unicorn.
I actually have this. I've been painting.
Finger banging unicorns.
While we're doing the podcast?
What other time do you
I was
OnlyFans?
there for it. I was like, oh, Tyler's doing some fucking Braveheart shit right now. And then I saw fucking Cody's fingers. Like, oh my god,
Covered in unicorn
why did you
jizz.
fucking finger bang Sprinkle Sparkles?
I was gonna say finger bang Smurfette.
That works.
Yeah, go to my OnlyFans, finger corn for
finger
you.
corn.
Yep.
Stop! You can't say it. You can't say it because then we have to buy it, and we can't. Stop it!
I'm
stop
done
it.
buying domains. That's on you guys now.
That's
Fuck.
not true. That's not true. You'll
No,
get
I'm
another
done.
drink in you.
You're buying
We're gonna
another one
get-
next week.
Rico, you're
Nope.
gonna get another drink in
I'm
you,
not.
and you're gonna be like,
what was the
you're gonna-
name?
Smurfette,
Finger corn.
finger bang
Finger corn?
Smurfette, not
Done.
Ed.
I actually already bought it. I actually already have it.
I bought that 2 years ago. Because I like putting my finger in a butthole and coming out with corn like a goddamn corn cob. I'll do it to myself. And then you pull it out. You put some butter on it. It's like, now I got a midnight snack. And there. I didn't know you ate human.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
it is that time.
Oh, that's
I
the
wanna
worst thing that's been
appreciate-
said all episode?
Oh, that's not even no. Ladies and
While we've
gentlemen, I
been
want to thank
recording,
you
yes.
for watching. Yeah, while we've been recording. I want to thank you for watching the show and supporting us and
Yes.
commenting so much. Kenny and Gage, y'all are fucking rock stars, and we love you guys.
Don't forget Ashley. She commented a couple times. Thanks,
Well,
Ashley.
it goes unsaid that my wife is like my favorite person ever.
But, you know, we should still give her a shout out, though.
Yeah,
Shout
it's
out.
true.
no, I'll give her a shout out later.
FaceTime didn't happen.
Yeah, don't worry. It's not anything like with my penis. I'm actually just going to go like down there and go.
A concussive clip blast.
Could you imagine? Just be like, baby, I'm gonna lay you down and then shout in your pussy.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do to me, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to scream at that junk of yours.
Hey, you remember when I played Skyrim? Yeah. You remember that dragon call?
Dos Fraba!
Oh, so
That's only like a quarter of a really good fucking dragon shout, because that's as far as I got.
so real quick,
It did it.
one story before we go. My dad, he would tell a story.
He would hunt dragons, potato
No, so-
dragons.
My dad
And then he
played
shout to
in
their pussy.
Then he
close.
finger bang their fucking skittle fucks.
So my dad was in bar bands like most of my life, right?
Uh-huh.
And they started to do this thing where on people's birthdays they would
They
play
said
in
happy
bars
birthday.
all
Great
across
story,
the
bro.
county, right? Well, they would play in bars all across the state, but they would have like professional grade, like huge 6-foot monitors and shit, right?
Okay.
And for women's birthdays, they would have the woman come up and she would sit on one of the monitors, and then they would just come up to the mic and go, "Oh," and the whole bar of drunk people would just watch this woman orgasm to
on
vibrations.
They stole that from Howard Stern.
Yeah,
I'm
it's called a
suing.
Sibian. It's called a Sibian
Probably.
machine.
Yeah, no, that's a Sibian machine, and that's not what that is.
Oh, you sure?
Yep.
Well, okay. Wait,
No,
but,
Tyler,
what did you
I'm with
say
you.
before?
I'm also a Sibian aficionado, so gotcha, Raj.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's not what a Sibian does.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure.
No, it actually vibrates like a vibrator.
so does a Sibian.
Yeah, that's a Sibian. It vibrates like physically, not with sound.
Hey, show me with your hands one more time.
Yeah.
That's not your hands.
Put your penis away.
And I've seen your penis. It's not a Sibian.
No,
That's my
I'm almost
secret.
positive.
My
That's not a
penis
Sibian.
is never away. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
Okay.
watching.
Nico,
We
what
love
did
you
just say
guys.
that made me die. Oh my god! I can't. You fucking killed me.
I can't
love
remember what I
you.
said.
Our show
It was so
jumps
fucking
everywhere.
funny.
We do what we do. Sometimes we have presidential nominees on
Like,
the show.
share, subscribe, you pieces of shit.
Sometimes we have
Share.
major
Fucking share it.
musicians
That's your wife's
Um,
name.
Oh,
of
God.
notoriety on the show.
In like a month now.
Yeah. Sometimes we have presidential politicians. Sometimes we have musicians of notoriety on the show.
Mhm.
Sometimes we have a friend that we knew once on the show. And sometimes it's just the three of us. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that what
Sometimes
we say.
it's just me.
Yeah, sometimes it's just Rico. All that matters is that you guys
I
are
feel
here
like we're in
supporting
a
us.
bi-weekly cycle right now,
And I
so
appreciate you.
let's we're gonna continue on
figuring
this
it out.
bisexual cycle.
Basically, my point is if you've watched this show for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, the whole hour and 25 minutes, and you've giggled at least once,
I
Yeah.
have.
then we accomplished. Oh, my eyes hurt. We've accomplished what we tried to do. We brought humor to some dark places and to some light places. That is our point. That is our job with this podcast, to inform you guys, but also be funny about it and bring some lightness to a shitty dumpster fire of a reality. And
Hell
we
yeah,
love you
Kenny.
guys.
Love you.
Kenny, we fucking love you. We love all your guys' support. Please like, share, subscribe. Go to all our pages. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, fucking obviously Facebook if you're watching us on our main
Pornhub,
page.
OnlyFans.
Pornhub, OnlyFans, Penguin Club.
We're not on Penguin.
Gmail, AOL, MySpace,
Porno chat
Napster.
rooms.
Yeah.
Hey, look me up on Netscape Navigator. Cool?
RuneScape chat rooms. We're
Microsoft
everywhere.
Teams.
Yeah, you know. Gmail, army.mil.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, we're in your training rooms. We're going to be in the next
We're
fucking.
inside of you.
We love you guys. Thank you. Check us out. Let us know what you think. From myself, fuck yourself. But also,
Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
and I hate myself a lot.